Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining me at the table. I am here tonight in the gazebo in the park in Bellaire, across from Bellaire First United Methodist Church. Typically, we meet on Wednesday nights inside the church, but tonight I wanted to come out to the gazebo. Wanted to give my friend Richard Clark here, who's joined me, a chance to talk as well. But first, I want to let you know why we're in the gazebo. On Tuesday nights from 6 to 7, Pastor Ian Thornton and I come out here and we sit with the goal of just having a place to talk, having a place to fellowship, just to get outside of the walls of the church. We want to invite people who may not be comfortable coming into a church for whatever reason it may be. You know, I've never seen the walls actually come down on someone who walked into a church, but if you're still not sure that it's not going to happen to you, you can come here to the gazebo. Tuesday nights from 6 to 7, we just sit here and we talk. If you got questions, you want us to pray for you, whatever it may be. If you just want to walk by and say hi, we're here to talk. And we do this every Tuesday night until it gets really too cold. So we'll be doing this well into the fall. So if you get a chance, come out and join us some Tuesday night from 6 to 7 p.m. here at the gazebo. So tonight I have Richard Clark with me. He's a resident of Bellaire, and I got to tell him a story about how we met and something that happened to us a couple years ago, okay? So I met Richard when I first became pastor here at the Bellaire First United Methodist Church, and that was back in 2015. And over the years, we kind of lost contact. He stopped coming to church for a little while, and that's okay. But we kind of lost contact, and I ran into him one day as I'm driving along Franklin Street. There's Richard walking along the sidewalk. So I rolled down my window and I spoke to him, and he's waving to me, and he comes up to my car and he says, hey, Pastor, I'll be back. I'm going to be back in church on Sunday. I was like, great. I said, we still start at the same time. Hope to see you then. And I drove away and said to myself, he's probably not going to be there Sunday. And God spoke to my heart in that moment and said, you will see him again. And I said, okay, I take that as a promise. And God keeps his promises.
Oh, he does.
And about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I walked into the church at Bellaire First United Methodist Church, and there's Richard waving at me just like he was that day I met him on Franklin. And I said, Richard, how are you? I didn't recognize you. I think you lost a little bit of weight maybe.
Oh, yeah.
But it was great to see him again, and I knew that God kept his promise. So then I got to talking to Richard and learned a little more about him and said, you know, I want him to come out and be here and join me at the table. So Richard, thanks for joining me at the table. Glad you could be here
Thanks
tonight.
for having me.
And let's start out with just, why don't you tell us about how you came to live in Bellaire?
Well, I guess a woman.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no other way to put it.
There's a woman behind every story, right?
Yes. But that didn't work out. And two great kids out of the deal, so it wasn't that bad.
Right.
And but I come to Bellaire, and we moved up on Franklin Street, and it was just me and my two kids, and I was working, and but anyway, I ended up getting carpal tunnel in my hand. I was unable to kind of work, and I was like, man, it was summertime, and they was having the soup kitchen thing, right?
Right. Okay.
And so me and the kids come down one day because we knew somebody that was going there, and they was like, oh no, you could come on in. I'm like, nah, I don't know, that church, I don't know, that maybe burn up with me in there, right? So
yeah, we've heard that before.
So we go into the church, and it was like, I don't know. So when we first met Pastor Cheryl, and it was like, she was like, why don't you come to church Sunday? I was like,
okay.
Man, I got so much old work clothes. You know what I mean? They're all stained up, and she said, it doesn't matter what you wear, just come on. I thought, all right, we're going to go Sunday, kids, come on. And I thought to myself, when I was on the way to church, I thought, I don't know how to explain it to these kids when they say, look, you guys got to go. I don't know what to tell them, you know what I mean? It wasn't nothing like that. Nothing like that. It was, come on in. And after that, it just...
So you came to church for a while, and then...
I mean, we come to church every Sunday then, and we was involved in everything, because it was like, since we started going to church, it's like everything just turned around.
Oh, good.
You know what I mean?
Very good. Pastor Cheryl left in 2015, and that's when I came in, and I had a chance to get to know you a little bit then. Yeah. And then you kind of stopped coming for a while, and why don't you tell us, what was going on in your life during that time?
I didn't want to give you a chance. Sorry for that.
Okay. No, that's no
You know what I
problem.
mean? Because I was ready to pack up and move.
Okay.
Because I thought, man, if it's not broke, why fix it?
Okay.
That was my whole, you know what I mean? And
Okay.
tried going to other churches, and it wasn't the same, and it was, you know what I mean? Plus, Satan, he was like, you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. You know what I mean? It was,
Sure, I understand, and no offense taken to that. I completely understand.
but it was probably 9 months and 13 days ago. They put me in the hospital. My liver was shut down. I had yellow jaundice. Just drank all the time. Just, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And
So it was 9 months and 13 days ago.
yeah.
Okay.
And they put me on a life support machine, and they told my mom or my dad, my sister that we're gonna keep him on for 2 days, but when we pull that, you know what I mean, you better start preparing now because he's not gonna make it. He's, you know what I mean.
So they thought you were going to die.
Yeah, they 2 days, and
They gave you 2 days to live.
Yeah, that machine was keeping everything going in my liver. And,
Oh, wow.
and it was breathing for me, and I was,
So was this a direct result of the drinking?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened after that?
Well, the second day they was there, and some of my aunts and mama family, and they pulled the thing, and it was all flat, and it was like everybody was all crying. They left the room, and next thing you know, it was like the nurses was getting ready to start unhooking me, and it was like, did Guess I don't know anything about it. But
Yeah,
it was like
just
one
what you've
little
been
beep,
told.
and then straight across it did another little beep, and my dad said it was like an army, people just doctors and nurses just in there,
Wow.
and there I sit. But
So God said you weren't done yet.
I didn't know that at the time, but yeah, so I spent 2 months there in the hospital. in
Okay.
Like a seduced coma, and like the last couple of days, it took me out of the coma, and it took me to Shady Side to the
Shadeside Care Center?
care center.
Yeah.
And when I got in there, it was like I was laying on my back, and I can remember laying there, and my nose started itching. I got scratched my nose.
Yeah. We are outside, so you're going to hear some motorcycles.
Nice bike.
Yeah. Nice bike.
But my nose started itching, and so I thought, but I couldn't lift my arm to even scratch my nose.
Okay. So
I
you
was
had no
like-
strength, or
Oh no, I was
Okay.
just like,
but you were conscious.
yeah.
Okay.
And I knew what I was doing. I mean, I could talk a little bit, but it was. And I thought to myself, I was closing my eyes. I said, Lord, look, if you pull me through this, I mean, you've done this much for me, but if you can just give me on my feet, I'll never ever drink again.
You made that deal with God.
Made that deal. with
That
God.
you would never drink again if He got you through it. Okay.
Yeah. And then, so he gets me through it. So I'm thinking, I'm good. I'm good. I got this. So
You got this.
I got this. I'm not okay. Thanks for doing that for me, buddy. I'm good now. You can take a break, and I got this.
Yeah.
So that's kind of started with that attitude, and it was kind of one day as I go to Walmart, and I'm thinking I was going to run in there, get a phone card, I'm leaving. Someone said, you know, I mean, hey, you gotta, hey, you know, what I mean, you ain't got this. It's what I kept hearing that you ain't got this. You need me, and I'm like, just go sit down somewhere else. Leave me alone for a minute.
So you're telling God this?
Yeah, I'm going in here real quick, God. I'll be right back. Just stay here for a minute.
Okay.
So I go into Walmart, right?
Okay.
And this is true story.
Okay.
I got my cell phone in my hand. I got my keys in my hand. I just got a van I got off a good friend of mine, Christian man, and so I go into Walmart and I go back there, and I got a phone that he had given me, and I wanted to transfer my minutes.
Okay.
So couldn't do it for some reason. This phone had to get another phone, and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm just leaving. I'm done. And so I get out to my van, and I realize I ain't got my phone. And I'm thinking, I need my phone. So I go back into the Walmart, I track all my steps and go back and forth. So I go up to the front counter, the customer service. Well, you gotta wait till the lady comes back from her lunch break, and she'll check the cameras and find your phone for you.
Okay.
So hour goes by, and finally I get my phone, and next thing you know, I get back out to the van thinking, man, could at least help me a little bit, God, come on now. And I get in the van, I'm thinking, man, this is something. oh, I got my keys.
Oh,
I'm
no.
thinking, oh, no.
Were they with the phone?
Well, they was beside the phone, but the woman didn't tell me that.
Okay.
She didn't know they was my keys, but because I just said I was missing the phone.
Sure. You didn't say anything about keys.
And 5 hours Walmart. 5 hours just to go and get one phone card and right back out. Whew.
And the whole time God's telling you, you don't have this.
Yeah.
So what'd you learn from that?
To listen.
To listen?
To listen.
Listen to God? So you keep saying 9 months and how many weeks is it?
13 days.
9 months and 13 days since you went to the hospital.
Yeah.
And has that been that long since you've had a drink
Yeah.
of alcohol?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Congratulations for that.
Oh, yeah, there was this one time though. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. But it was. I'm still in the process of getting my driver's license back, right?
Okay.
And I had everything paid, and I was good to go. And it's like every time it was something that would stop me.
Okay.
So now it's like, oh, well, you got to go do this, and you got to pay this, and every time, and it was like I went and took my permit test. They let me take it. So then they give it to me, and the next thing I know, they take it back. Oh, so I thought, you know what? I've had it. I've had it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get some beer. I'm gonna go home and drink me some beer.
Even though you made a deal with God,
Even
and
though I made a deal with God.
you were going to go get some beer. What happened?
I go in Circle K, and I get back where the Polar Pop machine cup things is, and that's where you get your pop right here. Beer's right over here. And I'm looking over there where the beer is, and at the same time I'm thinking, I hope somebody's not really watching me because I don't want somebody to see me.
Right.
I mean, I'm a grown man. I'm 49 years old. I can drink if I want to.
Sure.
But I thought, you know what? I don't even care. So I turned to go, but I couldn't go. I could not move. I was froze there, and I was like, and you're probably thinking of making this up, and I am. And all of a sudden, it was like I kind of heard something say, "All right, here you go, you big dummy. If you want to go do it, go." And I about fell on my face. I'm thinking, "Whoa, wait a minute!" And I'm thinking, you know. And then it kind of come to me, "Oh, wait a minute! I did make this man a promise, and he fulfilled his end." And so I said, "Okay, I don't got this. I need you." And it was like I had a.
So you did not drink that night?
No.
That's good.
And I was good with that.
So, would you say, is it safe to say that God has changed your life?
Yes. And ever since I've quit drinking and started going to church and praying and believing, it's just, everything's turned out. It's nothing but good.
Everything's turned out. And, you know, when someone becomes a Christian, they often think everything's going to be great. But there are those moments like when you leave your phone and your keys in Walmart, or when you're coming to church and you think you don't want to come to church. Remember the story you told me? Why don't you tell us that one? About how you were coming to
Before I tell you
church.
that story, okay, I got one other one. It's like when I first accepted the Lord, I was young, little. Grandma, Grandpa, Mom, and Dad, I was raised in the church, kind of.
Okay.
And I thought, yeah, I'm Christian. Didn't have a clue. So, you know how it is when you kind of hit puberty, I guess you would say. And it was like, man, I don't need God. I got look at these pretty girls, and you know what I mean. And oof. The
Sure.
next thing you know, you're in junior high, and it's like your buddies are sneaking beers, and you're going, yeah, we're tough. And, yeah, you know what I mean. And it was like after I graduated and kind of went out on my own, it was like I didn't even go to church, and it was like, and it was, it was a wild and crazy life, and I was through with it. I was tired, and that's when I come back home, and when I come back home, I ended up meeting the girl, and had a couple kids, and it just didn't work, and that's when I moved up to Franklin, and I met Pastor Cheryl, and it was like, I got this now.
You got
I mean,
this.
yeah, I got this, and got a good pastor, and we're doing good in life, and then it was like all of a sudden it was like, whoosh, there she goes. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I thought, I don't even need this. I'm doing good, and it didn't work. Didn't work.
So you really didn't have this, did you?
No, I didn't have nothing. I thought I did.
But who has it?
God.
God has it. That's
God
right.
has it.
And you said to me a couple of weeks ago when we were in the gazebo, and I think it's really important. You said, I'm an alcoholic.
I am. I'm I'm not alcoholic.
But you're not drinking.
I don't drink anymore.
Right.
But-
So for someone who's struggling with any kind of addiction, it doesn't have to be even drugs or alcohol, any kind of addiction at all. You still, at any time, if you think you're getting away from it, you're really not, are you? You really need God to step in and help you with that, don't you?
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
Trust me. You can't. It's just... And...
If God hadn't been with you in Circle K that night, you probably would have drank that night, right?
I would still be drinking right now.
You'd still be drinking right now, yeah. But you, and that's just amazing. I hope you heard what you said.
I would still be
You
drinking
couldn't
right
move.
now. I was froze.
You just couldn't move towards that beer.
I wanted it, and I just... It was like...
That's what happens when you surrender your life to God.
Oh, because this time I truly did. And you know when you do. You can say you do. Wow, yeah, you'll know when you do. Just because after that, it was one time when I was sitting in the bedroom, I was doing something, and I forget what I was even doing, and I wasn't really thinking about God and everything. And I thought, something I was going to do the next day. I thought, I ain't even worried about it because I got this. And next thing you know, that Walmart commercial come on the radio, and I'm like, ugh, hold up, oh, hey.
A
Sorry,
reminder.
I'm sorry. and you guys think I'm making this up. I'm not.
No,
it's just right from the heart, man.
So it was a Walmart commercial that reminded you that you don't have this. Oh, that's a fantastic story.
Yeah, it was.
That is a great story.
And then a couple Sundays ago, I was getting ready to go to church, and my son, he believes in the Lord, and I've raised both my children in the church. And for the most part, it was over here, and then the rest of after that, it was bounced back and forth, church. But anyway, he was kind of at that age. He's 12 now, and I'm not going. It's like, okay, you don't feel good? Nope, I just don't want to go. And I was gonna just grab him and drag him out of there, and I thought no, because I can remember when my mom said one time, I come home after I was about having a license a couple of months, and I come home and she's sitting in a chair, and I'm thinking, Mom, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, Mom, why are you still up? Why ain't you in bed? Don't you got to work tomorrow? She says, I was waiting for you to come home. I was worried. You know what I mean? I said, what was you worried for? You know what I mean? She says, wait till you have kids, you'll see. Now I know. But I thought, and I said, well, why didn't you let me go if you knew I was going to do it? She said, I had to. I can't just box you up in your room. We took you to church, and it says, okay, here, look, that's what God wants you to do, but now you can do whatever you want to do. But if you do this here, you go down this path right here, and you're going to be, good. Got on that one, not so good.
Wow, that's a great story.
But I thought, I'm going to grab him and I'm going to drag him out of bed, and he's going to church because he's going to church. And I thought, God was like, no, just go ahead. You just go and go ahead. Just let him you'll figure this out. Just give him his moment. So I get on my bicycle and I'm riding to church. I get about almost there. I'm in there's like when you're going through the alley, there's the one part of the alley. It's like really wide. It's like you could probably put 3 cars in it.
Okay.
So you could turn a bicycle around like super easy and nothing. So I'm kind of in that area, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go back home. I don't need this. I got this. So I get turned partly around, I guess. I don't really remember how, but I remember turning around, and I was sober, so you can't blame it on alcohol this time. And I end up in a bush on my back, and my bike's laying over there, and my shoe hanging on my pedal, and I'm thinking, what? I thought, this can't be happening. And it was like, I had this feeling. It was like, okay, you big dummy, what are you going to do now? And I was like, okay, I'm going to church. Sorry. I know you got this. And so I got up and I looked, and I was in the briar bushes. No briars on me, no scratches. I was still clean looking, and I thought, okay, I'm going. So I go to church. And
was that the day I met you? I saw you?
Yeah.
Perhaps? It was. See,
it was.
You had to be there because I was going to be there so that I could see God fulfill his promise. See, he wanted you to be at church that day.
Oh, yeah.
And he put you in a bush to make sure you went.
It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then.
And I like how you said what your mom said, because that's what God does with us. He'll let us choose. We can go down the wrong path, but he doesn't want us to. But he's waiting up for us for when we come back, and he will put us back on the right path. So no matter what you've done, God can still turn your life around. It's just like you wanted to turn around in that alley. You wanted to go the wrong way. God said, I want you to be in church. And God, he kind of nudged you along a little bit.
And then when I did go into the church, it was like everybody was just kind of like, hey, And they could just tell. And I was like, and I told him about my son. I was like, you're good. And just as long as you come and, if he sees you keep coming, he's
right.
Gonna.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And Pastor Ian, he made a really good statement. And he was like, look, if you're out here in this pasture field and you're playing with Richard and you guys are all having fun, but yet you go through that woods line and you make a path through that woods, eventually he's going to follow you. Like, hey, what's he going in there for?
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of making a path. And
that's all you can do.
I got to let him go, do what he got to do and do what he wants to do, but I'm just hoping for the best and praying for the best.
And when he does decide to come, you'll be there to show him the way.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
Just like God does for us.
Without a doubt.
That's what a good father does.
But he can definitely throw you in the bush if he wants to. And please, don't let him take you to Walmart.
Have you been back to Walmart since?
No.
No.
I still probably ain't going back.
But you'll probably go back sometime.
Yeah, but it'll be kind of...
Yeah.
Well, when I go through them doors, I'm so, can you please come over here?
Just remember, when you go through those doors, you don't have this. God's got this.
Got this.
Yeah.
He has it.
That's awesome, Richard. So do you have anything else you want to share with us tonight?
No, I think we'll...
You good there?
Yeah,
all right. Hey, I really appreciate you sharing your story. And, it's very courageous for him to come out here and say, I'm an alcoholic. He admits that he had a problem. We've all got issues. None of us are perfect. The Bible tells us that no one is righteous, no, not one. We've all sinned and fall short of the glory of God. But God's gift to us is his son, Jesus Christ. And by Richard putting his faith in God's son, Jesus, turned his life around and saved his life when he really needed it. The monitor said he was dead. His family thought he was gone. But God said, no, watch this. I'm going to change his life. And he hasn't drank since. And that's wonderful.
But, the thing is, it's... I forget what I was even going to say now. But, yeah.
It's okay, Richard.
No matter what, I always thought, just because I drank all night Saturday night, I'm going to church Sunday. No big deal. I take a shower, brush my teeth, and nobody even know. And they all knew. They could smell it. I smell like a brewery. But yet, come on, here. You're okay. We got you.
God still gave you a big hug and still showed you
everybody
love.
in that church.
Oh, everybody in the church.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's good.
That's good. Then it's not like you think. It's not going to burn down.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And you think, then people, they wear nice clothes and they're going to look at that. No, it's not like that. It's come here. Can we help you? How can we help you?
We all have that day where we walk into a church for the first time. Some of us don't remember it.
Times, but
I'm sorry.
Really, I've been in there hundreds and thousands of times.
Yeah.
But when you really.
Yeah. Well, I guess what I'm saying is some of us don't remember if we're children and we're taken to church, but if you're an adult and never been to church, doesn't mean you can't go now.
Oh no! Yeah. Now's the time to come. Trust me.
Yeah, God's moving, and He can turn your life around.
Yeah.
So, Richard, thank you very much.
It
was a pleasure to talk to you tonight. You have a wonderful story. If you want to leave any comments on Facebook for Richard, I'll make sure he gets to see them, and we'll answer any questions you have. But other than that, thank you for coming out and joining us in the gazebo at the table, and we'll see you next time.